With the red, white, and blue, we can choose to hold on to our freedoms instead of giving them all to you. 'Cause with the red, white, and blue, we can choose to renew the principles of freedom and the stand.
Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Lance Earl. Today we have got the most amazing guest. I am certain that every one of you are going to want to meet her and learn a little bit about her. And we're going to get to her in just a minute. But first, I need to share some things that I think are, critically important for today's episode. It was January 26th, 2016. I was laying in my bed. I was restless. I couldn't sleep for whatever reason. And so I grabbed my telephone off the nightstand just to check the news, see what's going on. I was shattered. I was heartbroken. I was enraged to see the news. Several had been arrested. 2 had been shot. One good man, LaVoy Finicum, had been killed. And I laid there and let this soak in. It became obvious to me that I was not going to be able to go back to sleep. And so I rose from my bed. I did 2 things that night. The first thing I did is I sat down in front of my camera. I recorded a webcast in a way that I never do. It was completely unscripted. I just poured my heart out. And there will be a link to that webcast below. And then I wanted to know a little bit more about who is LaVoy Finicum. So I got online and I ordered his book. Here's a picture of it. It's Only by Blood and Suffering by LaVoy Finicum. It's a novel, and it's based on what might occur in our nation when the nation finally collapses. And that collapse is inevitable. We know it because any country that borrows itself into ridiculous debt, any country that turns away from God and morality and embraces perversion instead, they all eventually fail. So this book talked a little bit about what may occur when that economic collapse finally hits our country. One thing that almost from the first line, I recognized that this book was written by a cowboy. It had a Louis L'Amour feel to me. It just had that quality. I used to read those years ago, and I've kind of moved past that a little bit, at least for me. I prefer other types now. And so I want to make the point that the style of the story probably isn't something that would have captured my interest, but yet I couldn't put it down. And I want to tell you the reasons why. And I think that those same reasons will captivate you. First of all, every page taught principles of liberty. It was amazing the way that LaVoy wove true principles of liberty into this story. And secondly, almost every page had footnotes that taught constitutional truths, that taught about history. And so as I read through this book, I simply couldn't put it down. One other thing that I would like to point out is that as I read LaVoy's novel, he told some pretty scary stories of scenes that might occur here in America when our country falls apart. And they were pretty graphic and pretty horrific. And there was a part of me that thought, oh, this can't happen. Not here. Not in America. But then the footnotes shared that everything he related to us has already occurred in human history. It's not new. It's part of our history. And history has a tendency to repeat itself. So, like I said, the book to me was captivating. I just could not put it down. What I discovered is that LaVoy Finicum and Lance Earl are, in fact, kindred spirits. Hey, now, don't forget, we've got a great guest, and I will introduce her right after the break. Don't go away.
You will fight as you train.
Freedom is not free, but I can help. I offer a set of fundraisers that include advanced firearms training, defensive law seminars, constitution workshops with a focus on the local solution. Now, why the local solution? It's simple. Government of, for, and by the people must always be close to the people. Hey, give me a call, 208-317-9843. Let's talk freedom.
My guest today is Brittney Beck. Brittney is a daughter of LaVoy Finicum, and I am so pleased to have her with us today. Welcome, Brittney.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad that... No, thank you. Really, thank you for being willing to come and do this. I know that it's not easy. I want you to know before we start that in the circles that I travel, in my work and in my fight for liberty, that millions, literally millions of people across this nation are talking about the Finicum family. They're concerned about you. They are worried about you. They want to know how they can help. And I hope you know and feel of their love and their prayers for your family.
Yes, we have been overwhelmed with gratitude for everybody that has reached out to support our family. It's been amazing. People we don't know across the nation and overseas, even Germany and England and Canada and France and Italy. People from everywhere are supporting our family, and it's been amazing to see that there are some great human beings still out there.
There are amazing people. There are just truly amazing people, and I am so glad that they've reached out to your family. Everybody wants to know the answer to this one question. How are you?
We're hanging in there, by the grace of God, of course, but, I mean, it's hard.
Sure,
we're hanging in there.
I'm certain that it's very difficult. The other question is, your mother is going through so much right now. Not only is she having to deal with the loss of your father, and in fact the very violent and ugly loss of your father, but she's having to deal with legal entanglements, and it's my understanding that she has also is being burdened by unconstitutional BLM fines. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Is she going to be able to handle those?
Well, my dad fired the BLM and refused to pay their fines. That's how this all started. And my mom will not pay those fines either. She wants to continue this battle.
Now, those BLM fines, those are in relation to the video that your father posted where he was out in his field and he showed the green grass and the water and the cows, and was talking about the BLM telling him that he couldn't put his cattle on his own property. Is that what all of these fines are related to?
Yep, the fines they are saying are for trespassing.
On his own property?
Yep.
You know, this is the crazy thing is James Madison said that the rights of property mean that we have exclusive dominion of that property to the exclusion of all others. And here we have the U.S. government telling your father, yes, we recognize that this is your property. Yes, we recognize that you paid for it. Yes, we recognize that you pay the taxes, but we're going to make all the decisions. Thank you very much. This is not...
Yeah, it's infuriating.
This is not liberty. This is terrible. I did want to talk a little bit about some of the testimony and the different things that have come out relating to your father's death. I know that will be difficult for you, and I appreciate your willingness to do that. But, you know, for me, as I looked at the evidence as it came out, it was a little bit confusing, and I'm sure that it was confusing to a lot of folks. The first witness that we saw was a testimony from Mark McConnell, a testimony where he actually said that your father charged the police. Can you tell us a little bit about that, why he would say that?
Yeah. First of all, Mark McConnell was in the second car and was stopped before my dad was stopped on that highway. And after my dad took off and was killed, there's no way that Mark McConnell would have been able to see the situation. So he either was an FBI informant or he was persuaded by the law enforcement to say the things that he did. And later on, after Victoria Sharp's video, and I think even after the FBI video came out and it was clear as day that my dad did not charge law enforcement, he came out with a second video apologizing, saying that he shouldn't have used other people's words in his testimony.
You know, this was one of the first great lies that I saw as this story came together, because Mark McConnell was stopped, and then your dad was driven off by the police, and he took off, and as we watched that aerial video, it was very clear that your dad rounded corners, moved to a position that could not possibly be seen by Mark McConnell, and yet there he is, telling the world that your father had gotten out of his truck and charged police.
Exactly.
Very, very frustrating. Then we had Victoria Sharp's testimony come out. And what a different testimony. Now, Victoria was an 18-year-old girl. She wasn't part of the occupation. She was going to sing a patriotic song at their scheduled meeting. And she told this almost unbelievable story of volleys of gunfire coming into that truck for an extended period of time. And it's just, how can you believe that would even occur in America? And many people didn't. They've called her a liar. They've done terrible things. And so we heard her testimony, and it seemed unbelievable. Then we heard the testimony of Shauna Cox. And they were virtually identical, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
They were almost identical. Then the police came out just a few days ago, and they said that there were only 3 shots fired, that your father had taken action which justified the police in shooting him. And it raised this great, huge question mark in everyone's mind. Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
Right.
And then came the video from Shauna Cox's cell phone, which was released a day or two after that.
Yeah, but... Hang on!
Okay, so they're shooting.
Hang on!
Okay, let's get down. Okay, look here.
Go ahead and shoot me!
Jim! Trying to.
Shoot me! Shoot him in the grill!
Stay down, stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down.
Shoot me! You're gonna have to shoot me!
Damn it. Are they shooting him? Did I shoot him? You assholes. Oh my God! Hold still, hold still. Stay down.
Is
he dead? Don't get out.
I'm an EMT!
Stop it.
Are you hit?
No, I'm an EMT! Help him!
hold on, don't do anything. Hey, no shooting, don't do anything. Keep the door shut. Where the hell is LaVoy? Did they shoot him?
I can't see.
No! Shut up. Stay down, Ryan.
Oh, God!
Ryan, stay down. Stay down. Oh, shit.
I think they just
Keep
killed
down.
the boy.
Did they kill him? I think they did, and they're shooting over here on this door.
Oh, I got hit too.
Okay, hold still.
where did you
I
get
don't
hit?
know. It didn't.
Hold still, hold still.
not
Ryan, where
bleeding.
did you get
Hold
hit?
still.
I'm not bleeding.
Okay, don't shoot
Where
us.
did you get hit, Ryan?
I'm okay. It's on
Okay,
the
I'm
shoulder.
gonna take some.
It's okay.
I'm taking some. Keep down. Oh, shit. Well, I don't dare get out of the car. How are we supposed to get out of the car?
Did they tell us to get out of the car?
No, I can't hear anything. I don't dare get out of the car. Oh, shit. Quit shooting our windows.
Where are they shooting us?
They're hitting the windows. I don't know. They're trying to break our window.
God, keep us safe, please.
Please, please protect us,
Please,
God.
God. God.
Please protect us. Please protect us. Please protect us. We need help. We need help. We need help.
Did they kill him? They killed
Oh,
him.
I can see a laser coming in.
They killed. Oh my God, they killed him.
Okay. So where's the rest of everyone?
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah,
I can see lasers going by.
Where did you get hit?
I'm okay.
He's got lasers.
got a laser.
Keep your head down. I can see the laser. If you see a laser, keep it away.
Dude,
There's a laser on your knee. Stop! I don't dare get out because they'll shoot me.
I know.
Okay.
I don't like hunkered down here either.
Me either, but I don't know what to do because
I don't know.
they keep shooting lasers at us.
Get too stinking lax. Think things are just all dandy and fine. We got too damn lax.
Yeah. Damn, why do they keep shooting?
They're
Why
trying to take my head off. Is what they're trying to
I
do.
know, but all of us? Stop! Stop! Stop!
Please!
Stop! Yes. Stop! That's ridiculous. Because you're stupid. They're going to kill all of us?
Keep us safe.
Father, please. Protect.
Those were gas rounds.
Yeah, they're over your nose, but... Do we get out? Do we get out?
No, don't get up.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Okay. Okay.
God.
Okay.
God. Please keep
Okay,
us
there.
safe.
Okay, they got lasers still on us.
We got lasers still on us. LaVoy got out. I think they've killed LaVoy. They just shot gas rounds into the car. We're hunkered down in here trying not to be shot.
He's shooting out the window. He's shooting out the window. Stop it!
Shooting more gas rounds in. The gas is getting pretty thick in here.
You got nothing to do.
God. Please.
Anyway,
You didn't get out. I don't dare get out. Will they shoot me?
yeah, they'll shoot you.
How am I gonna get out? If I get...
Anyway,
Can we put a white flag out?
Yeah, I would put a flag out. Let's put a flag out.
Do we have a white flag? Yep.
I'm not sure what they got. What you got?
There's a laser shooting right over here around this.
Okay. The gas dissipates.
He's trying to break this window. He's trying to break the window in out.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything white? Does he
I
have
don't
a
know.
wiper on?
We got,
I kick my shirt off. He's a laser trying to shoot this window.
Daisical.
He's got this window open here.
Speak to people. Anyway, they ambushed us on the way to John Day. And now they're shooting into our vehicle. And we're hunkered down. We do not have phone service at this location.
I surrender! Can we just surrender?
Okay, open the left door. Let's get out.
Okay!
That's you, Ryan. I don't know if you can get out. You get out first. Let her in first. Let her out first. You go first. You go first.
Please don't kill me!
Go. Go. Okay, get out.
Okay.
No, he'll shoot Ryan first. He'll shoot you first, Ryan. Hands up, hands up.
LaVoy's down.
Shit. Okay. Okay, go. Okay, hands up. Okay, go. Let him see still, hold still.
You said
Okay.
wait, I can't go yet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hold on, son. Hold on, sis. Hang on.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I still got my camera on for a minute. Okay, you ready?
To comment on that?
Well, I don't believe anything that the FBI or Oregon State Police say. They have lost my trust completely. They lost all moral high ground when they did that illegal kill stop and they murdered my dad.
Sure.
So my tendency is to believe everything that Victoria and Shauna Cox are saying. And I know both of them. I've met both of them, their families. I know that they are close to God. They're very spiritual, and they are not liars. So I'm choosing to believe Victoria and Shauna. And I think that their stories match up to the videos a lot better than what the FBI and OSP's stories do.
It's my opinion that the video from Shauna Cox's cell phone completely and totally discredits McConnell. It proves him a liar. It completely and totally disproves the the findings of the police investigation. They were flat lying. They said 3 rounds were fired at that truck. And if you watch the video from Shauna Cox's cell phone, we know that there are many more than 3.
Yep. And you can hear the rounds hitting the truck. You can see the flashing of the firearms.
The flying glass, I saw that, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they were firing lethal rounds or non-lethal rounds. The people in the truck wouldn't have known the difference, and so they thought that their life was in jeopardy, and they had every right to run and go try to seek help from the sheriff.
They absolutely did. And as I listened to that video, there was one point, I believe it was after your father had been murdered. I listened to Victoria Sharp kind of break down and lose it for a minute as the police continually fired rounds into that truck again and again and again. And what I heard them do, what I heard in that girl's voice, caused by our police, enrages me. It absolutely enrages me. It is tyranny at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's starting. I think the truth is coming out, and I wish you the best. Now, what I'd like to close now, but I would like to give you an opportunity to tell us who your dad is, because everybody wants to know.
Of course. Well, like you said during his book review, my dad is a cowboy through and through. And he did read Lewis Lamore books. We grew up to him reading us Lewis Lamore books every night.
Well, Louis L'Amour was embedded in there. I couldn't miss that.
Yeah. He's near and dear to my heart now. Sure. But my dad, he grew up a cowboy. He's always wanted to be a cowboy and a rancher. He attained his dreams. He has a ranch. He has a family. He has 11 kids. And that's what he lived for. He lived for God and his family and his country. And in the end, that's kind of what he died for, too. he felt like he was doing God's mission, trying to teach the people about liberty and our Constitution, and trying to save our freedoms, especially for his family. He said that many times he wanted his children and his grandchildren to live in a free land, and he died doing that. So, my hero, he's an amazing man.
I think he is. You know, and it's funny, you talk about your dad. He is a true cowboy. I'm actually a plastic cowboy. I live up here. No, I really am. I live up here in Idaho, and I spent a big part of my life raising, training, and showing cutting horses, versatility ranch horses, that sort of thing. But with almost zero, I almost never worked a cow outside of an arena. That makes me a plastic cowboy, I suppose. But I do have a love for horses and cattle and working cattle. And I would like to allow you to do one last thing to talk about, because this is, I think, so important in our nation. You and I believe, are of the same faith. I am one of those crazy Mormons, as I believe you are.
Me too.
Tell the world about your faith and how it relates to your father now, if you don't mind.
Sure. Well, we believe in the plan of salvation. We believe that Christ died for our sins on that cross and he was resurrected. And as long as we come to him and repent, we will be forgiven and be able to live again together with our families forever in eternity. And I truly believe that. My dad is over there right now. He's doing missionary work, trying to save other people's souls, and he's trying to teach other people about liberty and freedom and God's plan. And he's just waiting for us to come again so he can give us all big hugs.
For you, I look forward to that day. For the rest of us, take heart. LaVoy is still on the team. He's still with us, and we're still working for a common cause, and that is the cause of morality, the cause of liberty. And like LaVoy, I fight this fight because I have kids and grandkids, and we must preserve what we have for them. Brittney, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, and God bless you and your family.
Freedom and the